my YouTube. Jacqueline has that link and she will drop it in the chat here in a moment. Everybody wave to Jacqueline. Jacqueline's my moderator today, has been my moderator for years. She is a tremendous help to me. So thank you, Jacqueline. Okay, we're rocking and rolling and ready to go. So welcome everyone. Magical Money Manifestations. We do this every Monday, have been doing this every Monday for 5, going on 6 years. So hopefully you come back if you like today's. Oh, I see some new people over in the chat. Welcome, welcome. The way this runs is we start out with tarot cards and then we move to oracle cards. So it is tarot and oracle. It's a group read for the collective. So you just get to sit back, relax, and absorb all of those messages from spirit. The feedback I've gotten over the years is that even if you're like, oh, it's a group read, it's not an individual read, you will find that some of these messages hit home as if spirit is speaking directly to you, answering the question that you have on your heart that maybe you haven't even spoken out loud yet. I know that because spirit tells me that. And so hopefully you set your intentions for what you want to receive today. You send those questions out to the universe. You take a couple of minutes here at the beginning to go ahead and do that. Once we get done with the tarot and oracle cards readings, I do try to leave a little bit of time to do individual 1-card pulls. That is done at random, so not everyone will get a 1-card pull. And I usually have time for about 3 or 4. Again, stay for that portion because I promise you, something that I say is going to be like, oh, Spirit's talking to more than one person today. And then finally, to wrap things up, we do an energy activation. And an energy activation just means generally once we get into it, I never know what the theme is going to be because Spirit leads all of these events. But generally, when we get into it, there seems to be a theme developing with the messages that are coming through and the cards that are pulled. And whatever that is, whatever is Spirit is suggesting that we all work on collectively or we all focus on collecting. It's what we do usually it's a minute, 2 minutes tops, energy activation. Just do some deep breathing. We let the energy come in. We do a very slight visualization or meditation to help lock in those energies that Spirit is saying we should focus on. So that's the depth and breadth of it. That's the gist of it. If none of that made sense, that's cool. Just hang on. Stay along for the ride. You'll have fun. All right. So I have already asked you to go ahead and send your questions out to the universe. If you haven't done so, just take a couple of minutes, maybe close your eyes if you need to be distraction-free and really focused. What guidance are you seeking? What's going on in your life right now? Is there anything specific? Some more general? Go ahead and ask away. And once you feel like you've done all the asking, take a deep breath in, exhale, and we're going to let go of all of those requests, all of that asking. We're going to release it with full faith and trust in the universe, divine source, God, whatever that higher power is for you, because we cannot ask and receive in the same energy. They are two very distinct energies. So we want to move out of that asking mode and switch into the receiving, the allowing, and the listening mode. Just be open to receiving whatever messages come through from Spirit. Well, we've got a big group today, so I just want to take a minute to look at all of your bright, shining faces before I spotlight myself, because as soon as I spotlight myself, I saw that, Nicole. As soon as I spotlight myself, I won't be able to see you all. So give me just a moment here. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Nev, good to see you. Daryl, good to see you. Jamie, awesome. I'm going to do something here. Just in case, because we have such a big room. Did you notice that? You got that. You saw that. All right. Okay. I feel like I saw Jacqueline put something over in chat today, but did we already?
I'm just ready to go when you are. with the
Oh,
tarot
I
deck.
was like, are we that psychic? Y'all, me and Jacqueline are pretty psychic, but she put today, I know I saw today's tarot deck over there in chat. And I was like, I don't think I said it out loud. Does she already know what it is? She's ready to go. All right. Today's deck is the Wisdom from the Dragon Realm, also known as Tarot of the Dragons. That's the box cover if you're looking for this deck. Excellent deck. I recommend this if you like dragons. I do recommend this deck. And I've been working with dragon magic this past weekend, and it's just been so fascinating and so productive. So I thought we'd go for a tarot dragon deck. Anybody else work with dragon magic? I would love to know. Go ahead and put it over in chat if you love the dragons. Let's get our cards today. Spirit, what do we need to know? Are there any other messages? I feel like there are. We usually just do 4 cards from the tarot. But this morning I felt like there was another message. So we have a bonus card. Can't wait to see what that is. I'm sending that over to the side. All right. All right. Let's get started. Love my dragons. Oh, a lot of people over there working with dragons. All right. First card, the Fool. I fucking love this. We've been talking for weeks about the energies ever since, a little bit prior to Mercury retrograde. It's just been really, really chaotic. I don't know if y'all noticed that as much as some of the friends in this group have noticed that, but energies were chaotic. Energies were off the chain. Stuff was going weird. Conversations were going weird. Relationships were weird. Everything was just very, very chaotic. And then it seemed like last week we were like in the downward slope, like we were kind of over it. We were kind of slowing down. And I'm feeling like something shifted collectively. Maybe it was the planets. I don't know. Y'all tell me. But I do feel like we're on the other side of whatever that very chaotic energy was. I know we got more chaotic energy coming up because we have a partial eclipse or an eclipse, something like that. But for now, we're good. For now, I feel like we're kind of calming down a little bit where we can kind of make sense of what all that was, maybe process some of that. So this card makes so much sense. The Fool is all about that fresh new beginning. It's card 0 in the major arcana. It's the starting over. It's the optimistic card, optimistic about what comes next. I'm optimistic because I'm trusting that the universe has me and has my best intentions at heart. And I'm trusting that I'm ready for this next phase. So I really like this card in relation to all that we've been collectively experiencing. The Fool. I like how instead of the little puppy, this dragon has a freaking white tiger. That's badass. All right, let's go to the book just to see if there's any additional information from Spirit about this Fool card and how it relates to our week. Give me just a moment. I'm going to read not all of it, but it says the tiger prances playfully by her heels as if to say, go on, be bold, test the air. Who needed to hear that message? Go on, be bold, test the air. A leap and a flap of your wings are all it takes to join the distant brace of the dragons, the ones that are up there in the air. She's wondering, can I fly like them? Can I be like them? Can I take flight? Can I do the thing that I've been thinking about doing? Spirit is telling you right now, yes, you can. And now is your time to go ahead and try that. And now is your time to test the air. Now is your time to be bold. There comes a time in every young dragon's life or every human's life. This is for everybody. Y'all don't have to be young to receive this message. When the impulse, the need to plunge into the unknown rolls like a clarion song through their soul. The nest has grown small and the world is so inviting. So many of you, this is not me, this is Spirit, are sitting right now, nests that are too small. You built it out of need, out of desire, perhaps out of want. Back when, way back when, and it served you well. You grew in it and it protected you, and all was right in the world. But then you grew. You shifted. You did the inner work. You gained new perspectives. You looked at the world in a different way. But you kept coming back to that same nest because it was cozy, because you built it, because you put a lot of effort and work into it. But guess what? It's too small for you. You have outgrown it. And now this leap of faith is asking you to leave that nest, perhaps build a new one on a higher cliff in a different area. Can you leave the comfort of what you have built around you? Even if you're like, but I just got this nest just right. I just put some fluff in it the other day and it's so comfortable. Yes, but Spirit is saying it's too small. It's too small. You have grown. The world is so inviting. It's a time for change, for innocence to meet experience. I love, love, love this. So this is the first step is a leap of faith. Take it is one of the final messages from that card. What have you been called to do? And you know what it is. Some of you are like, well, it doesn't really feel like a calling. It doesn't really feel like a calling. It kind of feels like, I don't know, a hint, maybe. I don't know what's going on. Give me just a second here. But whatever that is the calling. That is the calling, whether it feels like a hint or whether it feels like a full-on shove off that cliff. This is what Spirit is asking you to focus on this week because it's our first card. So this is what we're focusing on. What is that thing that I have told myself I'm not quite ready for, or I don't have the time for, or it just hasn't felt lined up? Can I take a leap of faith? Can I step out on faith anyway? Can I move forward with this anyway? Then the next card is, so that was major arcana. That's all areas of our life, right? We have another major arcana. Just a second here. The next major arcana, I don't know what I did to my screen, y'all. I'm having trouble with the understanding where I'm at here. There we go. All right. I think I got it. Maybe. I'll figure it out. The next card is the Hanged Man. I wonder if that's nope, that's another animal. I was like, is that the tiger all grown up? No, that looks like a cheetah. Anyway, the Hanged Man, another dragon, flipped upside down. The Hanged Man shows up in our reading when we need a new perspective, when we need to shift how we are looking at our life. And that can come for several reasons. That can come because we're consciously aware and we're saying, I want a new perspective on what's going on. Help me understand, because we're actively seeking a new perspective. Or it can come when we're not aware that that's what is needed. This card can come when we are stuck in a pattern, when we are stuck in a cycle, when we're saying to ourselves, I'm in a slump, or I feel stuck, or I'm not sure what comes next, or none of this makes sense, I'm about to give up. All of those things, this card can be an answer to that, because this card shows up when Spirit is tapping you on your shoulder saying, I need you to see it the way I see it. I need you to slow down. I need you to connect with me. And I need you to listen to what I'm trying to show you, because you're missing something, because you're only seeing it through your human perspective. And for some of us, it's not even just human perspective. For some of us, it's you're only seeing it through your individually focused perspective, which is fine. That's how we make sense of the world. But sometimes we get so focused that we block out any other ways to look at a matter or to view a matter. And so this card comes up to say, I need you to expand, and I need you to check your story. What story are you telling about yourself or about the situation that you are faced with? Because there's something that is in your story that could be expanded upon. You're looking at it and seeing it from your perspective, and Spirit is like, that's fine. That's why we sent you forth, to give information on what you think is going on. But also, it would benefit you if you could see it from this other perspective, because that will give you the wisdom, the clarity, the guidance that you have been seeking. But you've closed yourself off from that because you're only seeing it through your perspective. So the Hanged Man, the story of the Hanged Man is this person consciously and purposefully wanted to get a new perspective. So, yep, missing the forest for the tree. So they purposely went to this tree and flipped themselves upside down so they could see the world differently. Do you need to flip yourself upside down? Maybe you need to literally go hang from a tree and go like, oh, I never noticed that before. Or lay on your floor instead of laying on your bed, or do something different to just shake things up. Or maybe you know what it is that you need to shift your perspective in, and you just need to sit in meditation and say, hey, Spirit, show me what I'm not seeing. I'm ready. I'm listening now. Maybe you need to have a conversation with a friend and say, hey, I can't figure this out. I'm stuck in my head. This same thought's been running through my brain for 3 days now. What do you think of it? Friends are excellent if your friends are on the same, spiritual path and they understand you. Friends are an excellent way to get a new perspective. But Spirit is definitely saying, if you feel there's any type of slowness, stagnation, lack of clarity in your life, it's not prudent for you to continue digging and picking at it yourself. Right now, this week, you need to get a different perspective. That can be Spirit is saying, that can be my perspective if you want to link up with me, or that can be someone in the world. Read a book, watch a movie, documentary. Do something that's going to expand your perspective and allow you to see your situation through a different lens, through a different set of eyes. All right, so that was also major arcana, all areas of our life. We must have some big issues going on this week to be starting the week out with 2 major arcana back to back. But now we're going to move into minor arcana. And our first minor arcana card is the 6 of Cups. Excuse me. Cups, emotion, intuition, water sign. 6 of Cups, giving and receiving. I am very interested in why it's depicted this way in this particular deck, because it almost looks like they're sharing. In traditional 6 of Cups, one person is handing a cup to another one, and it's that idea of giving and receiving. But this one looks more like they're sharing. Maybe that one dragon is giving it to the other one. I don't know. I want to see what this artist meant when they talked about the 6 of Cups. So let's see. Let me see if I can get the shine off of it enough. Northern dragons have long memories. Perhaps it is the cold or the snow. No one knows. In an alpine landscape of glacial peaks and conifers stands an ice castle. 5 cups there in the background, overflowing with tundra flowers. Symbols of hope, joy, and promise are lined up along the battlements. The 6th cup stands between 2 young dragons, a steaming offer of warmth and in intemperate clime. Watching them from a distant mountaintop, a prodigious dragon, silver with age, smiles. The little ones remind her of youth and sweet memories shared. Excuse me. Nostalgia pervades the 6 of Cups with the wistful memories of childhood, of times when happiness came as naturally as breath, with the simplicity of the moment of friendship shared, when innocence washed the spirit clean as new fallen snow. Oh, to feel the blush of youth and know such uncomplicated joy again. The blush of youth and knowing uncomplicated joy also reminds me of the Fool card. That youthful energy, optimistic, ready to go, ready to trust again. Excuse me. I'm not going to read the rest of that. So the gist of this and 6 of Cups is about the giving and receiving, but also the backwards and the forwards, and the idea of remembering your youth, pulling those memories forward. When you reflect on your past, maybe that's the perspective Spirit is saying. Maybe Spirit is reminding you of how many things you have overcome in your past. But most of us, when we look at our past, we reflect on the good times, but we also get stuck in the bad times. So if that's you, this is a reminder that Spirit is saying there's far more good times in your past that you are not bringing into your memory. You're focused on the bad. Something, y'all know that's quote that's all over Facebook. You've survived 100% of your worst days, even the ones you thought you wouldn't get through, because you're still here. That's kind of the idea of this shift in perspective, and the 6 of Cups right after it is reminding yourself of what you have come through, but looking at it in a good way. When you think of those difficult times in your life, Do you think of the, oh, I should have done this, I could have done this, I wish I hadn't even put myself in that situation, I'm so dumb, or I'm so this or that, and you just really beat up on yourself every time you think about the past? That's not the purpose of the past. The past is to look at that very difficult situation, look at the time you fucked up, and say to yourself, well, at least I know not to do that again. What was the lesson? What was the purpose? That's what this is about. Can you look at the past and gain wisdom and insight from those incidents instead of just put yourself in a funk? So 6 of Cups, and then the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles keeps coming up. So 4 of Pentacles is earth energy, often represented by coins. But it's not just about money. It's about anything that we place value upon. Anything that we place value upon. Do you place value upon your spiritual gifts? Even though that's a non-tangible resource, like it's not something you can touch and feel and like a coin. But if you place value on your spiritual gifts, then that falls up under the purvey of pentacles for the purpose of this reading. It's anything you place value upon. We place value upon relationships. We absolutely place value upon our money and our bank accounts. That's inherent, kind of. We place value upon our personal possessions. So this card, anything that we place value upon, what is the message about this? And earth energy. Earth energy is about tangible things in our world, manifestations, all of those things. 4 of Pentacles. What do we need to know about our tangible goods, earth energy? Spirit in the 4 of Pentacles is saying the 4 is the 4 represents stability in a sense, but the beginning stages of stability. So if you've been trying to manifest something and you've been telling yourself, it's not coming, I must have broke my manifestation machine. No, it is coming. And this week, look for the beginning signs of that. Do the beginning signs look like a full-blown manifestation? Usually not. It looks like the ingredients for the cake that you've been trying to make. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for what is Spirit trying to show me this week, and how can I see this as progress towards my manifestations? That's one message, because it's the beginning stage of stability. The second message is, look at how this dragon has three of these coins, but one of these coins clutching, holding on for dear life. The other message is, when you begin to receive the beginning signs of manifestation, those beginning pieces, or maybe the little tidbits of manifestation, when they start to come in, do not clutch onto them so tightly because you're so happy that they're here, that you squeeze the life out of it, that you stagnate. I'm remembering Looney Tunes. Used to watch Looney Tunes. Remember the Abominable Snowman, when he found the rabbit, and he would grab that rabbit and he would squeeze it so tight, and he would not let go of it. And Bugs Bunny, I think it was Bugs Bunny, was like freaking out and couldn't breathe when it was that's what this is about. It's that idea of, oh my God, I finally manifested. And you're so excited that you literally squeeze the life out of that manifestation. And you stop it. That Bugs Bunny doesn't want to be anywhere around that. So let's say you're trying to manifest money, and that first really big check comes in. And instead of celebrating it and being joyful about it, you hold on to it. Oh my God, I never want to lose this again. I don't want to be a lack again. I finally got money in my bank account. I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to do all the right things. I'm going to budget. I'm going to account for every penny. And that's holding on to it so tight that money says, that person is crazy. I do not want to visit that person anymore. And money stops visiting you. So we want to allow the flow of what we've been manifesting to come in. Yes, be joyful. Yes, celebrate it, but then let it flow. Everything in our life is meant to come in, be purposeful to us, and then flow out. Come in, be purposeful to us, and then flow out. Not come in, have us freak out because we've been in lack for so long that we hold on to it and we stop the flow. So the 4 of Pentacles comes up for a lot of different reasons, but mostly when we're super excited and Spirit is saying, stop squeezing me so tight. For whatever it is that you have been asking for, allow that energy to flow, not to just stay with you. All right. Last card, the bonus card. I told you there was a bonus card over there. And now I'm like, okay, Spirit, how does this play into what we've been talking about? Probably going to need to go to the book to see if there's an alternative meaning in the book, this deck, to see what this card is about. But it's the Ten of Swords. So I have a little bit of idea of what this Ten of Swords is. And I like this card for this week. Interesting that we started out on a 0 card, which is a fresh new start, a new beginning. And we're ending on a card, the bonus card, that's all about endings. I feel like those two messages go hand in hand for this week. I'm not sure why the ending didn't come before the beginning, but I'm sure Spirit will tell me when I go to the book. The Ten of Swords is the game over card. For those of you gamers, it is the game over. It's not a go back to your last save point. It is the game is over. You have to start a new game from this point. It is the you are finished card. It is the you are not putting anything back together from this point card. And that is why I love this card, because swords is air energy. Swords is about our thoughts mostly, and also sometimes about our communication. When this game over card comes up for me, that means whatever it is I have been anxious about, fearful about, doubtful about, ruminating about, patterns repeating in my mind, it's finally going to be laid for rest. I've overthunk it. It cannot be thought through in any other way, from any other direction. It's done. It's finished. And Spirit is like, I need you to let this go. It is finished for you. It's not almost done. It's not come back to it later. It is finished. Many of us can understand that with our thought processes. It is 10 of Swords, but this also applies to situations in your life. That Spirit is saying, I need you to step away from this and not pause. I need you to press the stop, the end, the take the cassette out, throw it in the trash. It is over. Do not play this song anymore, which many of you are like, yes, finally, because I've been trying to cut this cord. I've been trying to let go of this, or I've been trying to shift into whatever. I've been trying to be better with my health, or take more attention to my diet. Okay, then Spirit is saying, okay, all of that shit that you've been trying to change, it's done. It's gone. Let me take it off your plate. You are human. Can you pick it up again and start it all over again? Yeah, story of my life. But please don't. Please don't. Please take this message from Spirit and let it be done and let it be over. You know what that energy is. You know what you've been trying to work out of your life. Let the final little strands of that go and let Spirit take it. Let's see, is there anything else I need to know from this? The final blow has been struck, and now you are passing through a landscape of ruin, grief, and devastation. Oh, I don't like this message, but maybe somebody needs to hear it, so I'm going to keep going. All the power and riches in the world cannot change that. This is a moment of ultimate letting go. This is a moment of ultimate letting go. As painful as it feels now, and will feel for some time to come, remember that you are not the one buried in the rubble. Get up, learn from the experience, and move on. Survive is the last sentence and word. Full sentence, survive, period. So for some of us, we're like, hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm done. I'm finished with that phase, that whatever I was stuck in. For others of us, I'm glad I went to the book, because that was Spirit saying not everybody has that same interpretation, Valorie. Just because you're ready to move some things out, not everybody is going to experience it this way. Some of you are going to experience it as a painful ending. Maybe the ending to a relationship that you thought was going to work out, that you put your everything into. Maybe the ending of a job that you've been at for so many years, and you educated yourself and you thought you were going to get that promotion, and instead of getting the promotion, you got laid off. Whatever it is that is ending, it might not be a joyful ending. It might be a painful ending. And so this reminder to you is that let it go. The ultimate letting go. Not that it hurts so much, let me keep this open. Let it go so that wound can heal. Grieve, cry, do what you need, but fully and completely let it go. Because if we keep holding on, one, if we keep that wound open and it never has a chance to heal. Two, if we keep holding on to things that are not meant for us, how are we going to let in the things that are meant for us? How are we going to accept the things that Spirit has been trying to get to us if we're still holding on to death. We're still holding on to things that serve no purpose whatsoever. But we're sentimental about it. But we spent so much time building it. So let the new thing come in. All right, so those are our cards from the tarot. I'm gonna pause here for just a moment. Mercury retrograde is over, has been over for a while. Did not check on Chiron. Chiron was in retrograde as well at the same time, and so was another planet, Saturn or Jupiter. I don't know, Saturn, Jupiter, one of them planets. Saturn. I'm looking at Nicole, y'all. That's why I'm like, where is she getting this information? I'm watching Nicole. Nicole is mouthing the planets. Those are some heavy hitters. So I don't know if you follow astrology, if you believe in that. I don't care. It was there. It was big. It was heavy. We moved through a lot of energy. And some of those things that came up, Chiron is the wounded healer. Felt like somebody's just been sticking their finger in your wounds, pushing all your buttons, messing with you. Feel like the universe is just fucking with you for no issue. Yeah, that was Chiron. That was Chiron saying, have we healed this yet? What are we going to do about this wound that you keep ignoring? So if you felt that, that 10 of Swords might be good news for you, saying that, okay, we've moved through that. We're ready. We're done. All right. Next deck we're going to switch over and move to Oracle cards. And do that. I think I know what's wrong with my screen. Fixed it. The deck we're going to is the Goddess Oracle deck. Goddess Oracle deck. That's all it's called. Let me see if I can get the author name, because I know there's a lot of decks out there called Goddess Oracle deck. Who's the author on this one? This one was gifted to me, so Katja Perez, that's the author on this one. Katja Perez. What do we need to know today, Spirit? The goddess, I have not heard of this goddess before, but she's a moon goddess. Makes sense. We just had the new moon on Saturday. Look at all of those moon faces. I love it. And that's her name. Will I try to pronounce it? Yes, and I will probably butcher it. Arianrod? What's today's event called? Magical Monday Manifestation. What's her message? There it is. My thoughts manifest my reality. A moon goddess. My thoughts manifest my reality. I know that's not news. I know y'all have heard that a million times. But apparently, even though we've heard it a million times, Spirit is saying, I'm about to tell you 1,000,001, because some of you fuckers are hard-headed and you still haven't got the point. My thoughts manifest my reality. Let's see. This is a Celtic goddess of the moon and the silver wheel. Her keywords are time, fate, rebirth, and manifestation. Excuse me. Excuse me. In a place between time and space, there is a palace made of light known as Caer Arion. I'm not saying this right. The word is Caer. I don't speak Celtic, y'all. And then Arion, however you say her name. This is where Arianhad resides, a skilled weaver who governs the silver wheel, which determines destiny. Though once cruelly humiliated by the spurned Gwendolen, she returned to her will, realizing we all have the power to weave our own fate. Y'all thought I was going to say this goddess was weaving y'all's fate and that you were going to need to do something to make her happy so that she could get your life on track. Nope. She ain't worried about you. She's weaving her own fate. And her only lesson to you is Sit your ass back down at the weaving wheel and start weaving your life the way you want it. Stop expecting someone else to do it for you, because no one can do it the way you need it to be. No one can make that garment, that cloth, as beautiful, as purposeful, as meaningful as you. And so it's up to you to take back control and to understand that you are in charge of your own destiny. And if you feel like you are not, ask yourself, why do I feel like I'm not? Don't dig into the how do I force myself to manifest my own reality with my thoughts because that's what every spiritual teacher is telling me. That's the hard way about it. If you don't believe that that is true and you keep trying to do it, that's probably why it's not working for you. So maybe instead sit down and ask yourself, why do I believe this is not true? When I hear that phrase, your thoughts create your reality, and I say, no, they don't. Ask yourself, why? Why do I feel that way? Why do I feel like my thoughts are not doing the way I want them to do? Or why do I feel like it's hard for me to manifest? Start asking yourself the why questions instead of going right in and trying to get to the solution. I feel like that's going to get you a lot further, especially if you're one of those people who is saying, my energy is stuck. I can't figure it out. I've tried everything. Maybe you're asking the wrong questions. Maybe you need to hang demand, come at it from a different approach. All right. What else do we need to know, Spirit? What other? I'm going to stay with my dragon theme. We're going to go to Dragon Path Oracle cards. Is there anything else these dragons want to share with us today? Fire energy. I'm looking out over the room. Cooper, I just want to mention how much I love that little screensaver thing. I wish I had my mermaid deck right now. Maybe we'll just get a channeled message from the mermaids. The only thing I heard was swim. The water's not as scary as you think it is. All right, so the next one we're going to is Dragon Path Oracle, and our card is Balance, or our dragon is Balance. In this deck, each dragon is named. So this dragon is Balance. What do we need to know about balance? Well, it's card number 1 too. It's card number 1 too. No, it's card number 1 also, which is interesting because we pulled the first card of the tarot when we were doing tarot, and now this is the first card of the deck. So that energy in and of itself is about fresh new starts and new beginnings. We keep pulling these beginning cards. So this dragon Balance depicts aspects of us as a whole, our light and shadow sides. As humans, we show the world our many different sides, for we are multifaceted and can change from situation to situation. These aspects could include our compassion, frustration, love, irritation, joy, and so on. His appearance in your spread is to remind you that everything is perfect, even if the situation you find yourself in is pushing your buttons. Balance says, quote, this is the dragon, fear and frustration only serve one purpose, and that is to disempower. Life on earth is all about achieving a personal equilibrium, seeing things for what they are, balancing your daily activities and demands with time to laugh and play. You run the risk of becoming too serious and caught up in the dramas that are unfolding in your life now by not allowing yourself time to play. You can call upon my energy and wisdom to guide you to be more balanced in how you view or feel about your situation. You cannot have darkness without light, the sun without the moon. Do you need to learn to say no? Do you need to learn to say no, or to look at your personal boundaries? Are they being crossed? Are they being crossed too often? Maybe you should say yes to things, which, although they make you fearful, will assist your personal and spiritual growth. That's that Fool card. What can you trust and what can you say yes to, even if it feels a little bit fearful? Remember that when you are experiencing what you are experiencing in your life right now is transitional. It won't last forever. Your entire life from birth to death is transitional from your soul's perspective. So maybe that's also that hanged man perspective. Can you show me what this lifetime looks like from my soul's perspective? Well, it's just a blip. It's just a transitional stage that you're in. It's just where you are right now. It's not all of who you are. That's not everything that your soul knows. That's not all of the wisdom. That's not all of the abundance. That's not all of the love that you have access to. That's just a little bitty part of what you're experiencing right now. This, much like life, is a phase, a lesson, and it too will pass. If you find yourself in a perplexing situation, ask for his wisdom to be bestowed upon you. Balance will guide you to understanding, to know in your heart what you can do balance will guide you to understanding, to know in your heart what you can do, or indeed, if you need to do anything at all. Sometimes all that is required is, I'm going to curse, patience. Don't like that word, but sometimes that's what we need, patience. So balance. The only other information or message that I'm getting about balance is, again, I'm reminded balance is not equal measure. Those are two separate things. Balance is not, I spent 15 minutes working, I need to spend 15 minutes playing. No, balance is not equal measure. Balance is more about sitting and feeling, what do I need in this moment? Maybe I spent 15 minutes, but that 15 minutes was very mentally taxing. Maybe I was doing accounting or calculus. That's mentally taxing for me, math and money and all of those things. Maybe I was trying to figure out something that had a lot of moving parts, and that 15 minutes of work requires 2 hours of play and rest and creativity to switch my brain into the other hemisphere. So balance is not always equal measure. Ask yourself, sit with yourself and ask yourself, what do I need to balance these energies out? Instead of just thinking, well, I did this, so I do this. No, balance is not always equal measure. I like the idea of, I always see when I get messages about balance in my mind, this is personal share. I always see the Egyptian goddess. I cannot remember her name. It might be Maya. It might be the one that at the end of your life, she takes your heart and she puts it on one side of the scale, and then she puts a feather or something on the other side of the scale. And if it balances, then you get to pass through to eternal life or whatever that is. I always see that because I understand the gravity of one side is not equally compensated by something on the other side. There's a whole lot more going into what balance. And I think about, if you have one feather on one side, one brick on the other side is not going to balance that out. There has to be like 50 million feathers to balance a brick. So it's not equal measure. It's, what do you need? How much of this thing do you need to counteract or balance this thing that's going on over here? All right, enough talk about balance. Where are we at on time? We got a little bit of time. I want to read, what card is going to help the most for this group? Spirit. So I do feel like we need another message. We got time for 2 more quick cards. Next oracle card, it's not quite an oracle card, it's more like a deck of affirmation, is Super Attractor from Gabrielle Bernstein. I'm going to ask Spirit specifically, since we just pulled that card about our thoughts create our reality. Spirit, what else can you help us understand when we think about our thoughts create our reality and being a super attractor? What can we shift or concentrate or work on? I was trying to pull 1 card, I got 2 cards, so I can't read it backwards, so I'm trying to read it before I flip it around. I'll just hold it there for a minute. That's the card, and it says, my super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. How I feel. How often do you check in with yourself? And I'm not talking about, oh, right now I feel okay. No, I'm talking about sitting with yourself, maybe your hand on your heart, maybe closing your eyes. That's how I do it. and really feeling into what am I feeling in this moment, because there's more than just those surface emotions. And then go a little bit deeper. Are there any thoughts attached to what I'm feeling in this moment? And those thoughts are really your key. Are those thoughts producing the feelings I want in this moment? Or can I think a better thought to give me a better feeling? Really check in. Your power to attract the things into your life that you want, AKA manifest, comes from how I feel, my faith in love, and the joy I put out. If you are not in a space or energy of joy, you cannot put joy out. So do that practice. Ask yourself, how am I feeling? Is there any joy in there? And if not, what can I shift to move me into an energy of joy? And then the second card, I told you we had two. I don't think I knew this card existed in this deck. I worked with this deck so much, and I swear this is a brand new card that Spirit just made last night while I was sleeping. It says, I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. I swear I've never seen this card before. Even the artwork does not look reminiscent of the rest of the deck. I mean, look how different those are. I know y'all are like, I have that deck, that card's in there. I know, I'm just saying I've never seen it before. And I've had this deck probably 5 years, 4 years at least. That's crazy. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. Spirit, I'm lost. Spirit is saying, no, you're not. You're not listening. Spirit, I don't know what to do next. I have no guidance. Why have you forsaken me? Why does everybody else get the clear blueprints and they feel like they know what they're doing? Spirit, what's up? Spirit's like, I'm right here. I'm right here. You have magnificent guidance available to you at all times. At all times. Where are you in relation to that guidance? You're either allowing it or you're blocking it. So 0-1, binary. It's either on or it's off. The guidance is there. Where are you? Is your switch on or off? All right. Last card before we move into one card pulls real quick. I'm pretty sure I know what we need to activate. Activation is the trusting and the shifting in perspective, the allowing in, the guidance that's always available. But before we do that, we're going to go to one more Oracle deck. Rebel deck. Rebel deck. I love this deck. What messages do we have? The Oracle with attitude. Zero filter, zero fucks, all fun. That's on the box. I just read the box. Spirit, what do we need to know? What does this group need to know to help us? Shame, regret, and guilt. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. You know when I said put your hand over your heart and ask yourself where your thoughts are? Shame, regret, and guilt. If any of those topics came up for you, oh, I wish I should have, that's regret. Oh, I should have had that conversation. I should have bought the Oreos when I went to the store. And now I don't have Oreos and I really want Oreos. That's regret, even in little measure. What's the message? Forgive and let that shit go. Clear your energy. Maybe that zero fool card that we pulled first is about clear your energy. Clear it all away. What have you been? You feel like you've been going through the trenches. Maybe you're a little spiritually dirty. Go take a spiritual shower. Clear your energy. Sit and rest. Allow everything to just, here's what I feel like. Okay, there's times that I'm getting an analogy of dry shampoo versus actually washing your head. I'm African American. I've never used dry shampoo in my life, but I understand the concept. I think I know how it works. Here's the idea. Sometimes We just want to get rid of what is not serving us, release the things that are not working. We're not trying to clear everything out. We're just trying to pick away the things we don't need. The dry shampoo, I don't need to really wash my hair today. I just need to get rid of the gunk or I just need to freshen it up and make it smell good again. That's what most of us do every day, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. What I'm getting from Spirit right now is we need a full on, like, Spirit is not showing me a shower. Right now, it's pretty funny. Spirit is showing me someone standing with a fireman's hose being blasted with the water. Like, that's what Spirit is saying. We need you to clear that. And here's the thing. Sometimes we need to do that, fully clear everything out, even the beneficial stuff. We just need that full wash, that full just make me fresh and clean, help me feel like a blank slate again. And from that space, then I can still pull back in those things that are working for me. If I had some joy and I've washed everything out and I'm a blank state, I can pull that joy back in. But when you pull it back in, it's going to feel fresh and clean too. It's going to feel new. It's going to feel rejuvenated. It's not going to feel like the same joy that you've been feeling for the past week, which is great. I'm not saying that's anything's wrong with that. I'm saying the message that's coming through from Spirit right now is full on, get blasted with the fireman's hose, wash and clear everything out. If you're doing any type of clearing ritual work, many of you did with the past moon over this thing, clear it all out. Start from zero and then call back in those things that are working for you. It's kind of, it's going to feel different than just doing the, let me just pick out what's not working, clear it all, and then call back in what's working for you. For whatever reason, that's the suggestion coming from Spirit. Deep clean, full on clean, wash it all away, and then put the conditioner back in, and then put the whatever people do to their hair back in, the gel and the edge control, then put that back in. But I need it full on cleaned first. All right, so that's what we have. We're going to real quick go to, we got 5 minutes. I think I can get maybe one or two one-card pulls super, super fast. Shayana, I'm going to go to you. I don't see you on, oh, yes, I do. Yes, I see you on camera. Real quick, and then we'll do the energy activation. Shayana, your card is 4 of Wands. We talked about fours in earlier, fours being the beginning sign of stability. Wands, fire energy. For you, I'm getting that this fire energy, this Wands energy is about personal power. The beginning feelings of stepping into your personal power is what you're going to experience this week. That might feel like I just set some new boundaries and man, it feels good. It could show up in a lot of different ways, but the beginning of that. So savor those moments, but again, let it move, let it flow through you. Oh my God, this feels good, but this is just the beginning. It's a phrase that will serve you well. And then just flip my cards over. Oh, this card is for Daryl. I don't know that I saw your hand up, but this card is for you. 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is intuition, air energy. Air energy, our thoughts. And we already talked about how our thoughts can control or add to our emotions, and then how that all ties into manifestation. The 3 of Swords is traditionally a heartbreak, heartache kind of card. We almost always see 3 swords piercing a heart and someone in anguish. I have learned to look at this card in a whole new way. Yes, that is often what we're feeling when we pull that card, some kind of heartache, some kind of regret, or something is moved out of our life. We're a little bit sad, or we're a lot sad about it. But I also look at that card in a breaking open way. That heart is being broken open. And maybe that heart was closed off for whatever reason. Maybe that heart was so hurt that it had a lot of barriers around it. And so this 3 of Swords is coming up. Yes, it's breaking, and yes, it's painful, but it's breaking open so that there's more expression, so that there's more room for more love to come in. So that's what I'm getting from the 3 of Swords for you. And again, it is swords. So even though we're talking about emotions and we're talking about heart, we're talking about opening it up. We're also talking about what is our mind doing while all of this is happening. Is my mind helping this process, or is my mind stuck in the grief and stuck in the sadness? So that's 3 of Swords. I feel like that message was for more than Daryl, even though I pulled the card for Daryl. So there you all go. And I think that's all we have time for as far as pulling the card. I do want to say, if you enjoyed reading this tarot reading, and if you enjoy learning about tarot and the cards and all of those things, I am teaching a tarot course coming up. go to my website because I just loaded a small video snippet of the last time I taught the course, so you can get an idea of my teaching style. Also, you can get a little mini lesson on the Tower card, but you can also understand how deep we go in my tarot classes. We're talking about symbology, we're talking about colors. What does this character mean? What does that character mean? So if you're interested in that, go to my website, Tarot Unicorns and Coffee. It's right there on the front page, and you'll get all the information you need to sign up for the tarot class happening at the end of September. Real quick activation, and this is going to be about allowing us to accept that full energy, to shift our perspectives, and to really settle in to manifest what we want. So I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Put your hand over your heart, take a deep breath, really settle in and relax into this moment. And perhaps repeat this phrase out loud as it is being handed to spirit, handed to me from spirit. I am open and I'm ready to let go of any and everything that might be holding me back. I'm ready to release anything that might be restricting my flow. And I don't even need to know what all of those things are. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm releasing it all. And most of all, I'm trusting. I'm trusting that you will carry these things away from me and that they will never return. And I'm trusting that from this clear, fresh, optimistic, open space, I can open my heart and I can move forward. And with this open heart, I can begin to receive all of the things I've been asking for. And all that you are asking for me, Spirit, is that I let go of my old life that I worked so hard to create. And I trust you and step into the new life that you and I have created together. Take another deep breath. Let that be the energy that you step forward with, trusting, ready, open, receiving. And when you feel ready, go ahead and open your eyes and come back to the room. And I want to thank you all so much for being here, for listening to the messages, for receiving that energy. And I hope to see you all back here next week. Have a magical week and go manifest the shit out of it. I can't wait to hear what you all have manifested next week. Bye, everyone.